What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be making a video of my tips for you when it comes to sports betting. In the description below, I'll leave a link for DraftKings. If you end up signing up for DraftKings and making a deposit of $25 to $49, they'll end up giving you a free $25 bet. If you make a deposit of $50 to $99, they'll give you a free $50 bet. And if you make a deposit of over $100, they'll give you a free $100 bet. So check it out if you're interested, but let's get into the tips. So the first tip I have should be pretty obvious. Only bet on sports that you know about. So if you are a soccer fan and you look at, let's say, a baseball game and you see a team is down 3 runs in the, let's say, 5th inning in this case, and that team that's down has a pretty decent offense, you might look at that team and think, so it's over. It's 3 runs. There's no way they're coming back. But if a team has a halfway decent offense, it is entirely possible that they can come back, especially if they're playing a team with a bad bullpen, bad pitchers that are coming in. But only bet on sports that you know about, because betting on basketball is a lot different than betting on baseball, and betting on baseball or basketball is a lot different than betting on a sport like football. The next tip I have is one of the biggest tips I can tell you. There's another big one I'm going to say as well. Utilize the live betting features on FanDuel or DraftKings, whatever website you choose to use. So every major betting website offers live lines. So if a team is winning, obviously they're going to be the favorite, unless it's early in the game and they're losing by like 1 run, let's say, for baseball. Most of my audience is baseball, so we'll just stick to baseball. 1 run, and it's early in the game. Let's say the Giants are playing the Dodgers. They're leading by a run early on. You could probably get the Dodgers for a little cheaper than the game started, but they're probably still going to be the favorite, and you'd have to put up more money than you put on them. But if you wait around the later parts of the game, and there's a couple games going on, you can mix these games together. You can get favorable odds for the teams that are winning, and you can end up putting together a parlay that's going to pay pretty well for what you're doing at the time. So I, for a while, never used to bet on live games or live lines, but I since changed my mind, and I've been having a lot of success recently betting on live lines or games that are happening at that moment, and then I can flip around and watch them on TV as they happen. So that's my first tip. Don't be afraid to use the live lines for games that are happening right now. My second tip is don't be afraid to take advantage of the spread. I kind of mentioned it earlier, but if a game is in, let's say, the 6th inning, and a team that has a good offense is down 3 runs, most of the time they will give a -2.5. So the team that's down 2 runs, they have to lose by 2 or less. So if that team has a good offense and the team they're playing isn't as good in general, especially pitching-wise, the odds are they're probably going to score at least 1 run over the next 3 innings. So sometimes it is better to bet the spread, especially in live games. I would never bet the spread on a game before it starts because you don't know how that game's going to go. It could go any way. The next tip I have is hedge all bets. And hedging, it's a term used in sports betting. It's a term used in finance on Wall Street. And it just basically means insurance. So you can play the odds, especially when it gets to early games. Like when a game's in the 3rd inning, the odds are going to be drastically different than when it's later in the game and the game looks wrapped up for the team in the lead. So you could put $5 on a game, and that $5 could pay out about $20 in a parlay between like 3 teams. So as the night goes on and the games get later, the odds of you correctly predicting the game increase because there's less time for the team that's behind to jump back out in front. So you're going to want to hedge your bet. And what I mean by that is, let's say you can get the teams that are now in front later in the game, put them all in a parlay, and it's the opposite. Or if your one team's doing real well and it's in a parlay, it doesn't really matter. Put that team in the other parlay. This team's doing well, put that in the new parlay. And this team you think is going to lose, put that in a new parlay with the opposite odds. Obviously, you're not going to get the same odds on this, but you can wager more on this one and make your money back that you put on this, and maybe even more. So if this hits, this $5 bet, you're going to make $20. And let's say you put $10 on this one. If this one hits, you'll make $25. So you'll get your $5 back, and you'll still make your $20 that you're going to make. So that's why I personally have come to love the live in-game lines. You can pretty easily predict the outcome of a game, and because it's in a parlay, you get a lot better odds because there's 3 different games going on. That's all I have for this one. I hope that was of some help. If you have any questions, please let them in the comment section below, and I will be sure to answer them. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace.